Here we are in chapter 2 of the book of Nahum, as we're continuing on in this short book in the Old Testament. This is continuing the revelations and ideas around the destruction of the city of Nineveh, we're going to get into today. So verse 1, He that dasheth in pieces is come up before thy face. Keep diminution, watch the way, make thy loins strong, fortify thy power mightily. So this chapter is talking about Assyria destroying Israel. So it's talking about what has happened, basically. Or we could even think about this also as Babylon coming against Assyria. So there's kind of a pattern here. Verse 2, For the Lord hath turned away the excellency of Jacob, as the excellency of Israel. For the emptiers have emptied them out, and marred their vine branches. So Jacob and Israel they've used that name. It's the same person. Basically, Jacob was the person. His name was changed to Israel, but also the northern kingdoms are known as Israel. The southern ones were Judah. So the excellency of the tribes has gone. They've lost their luster. They've lost the Spirit helping them, giving that added boost to their life. Basically, they've been emptied out. They're hollow. From a spiritual standpoint, they're following idolatry. They're doing everything wrong. And when it comes to faith, they're hollow. Basically, nothing there. Verse 3, The shield of his mighty men is made red. The valiant men are in scarlet. The chariot shall be with flaming torches in the day of his preparation. And the fir trees shall be terribly shaken. The chariot shall rage in the streets. They shall jostle one against another in the broad ways. They shall seem like torches. They shall run like lightnings. So we can see this idea of Assyria marching into Jerusalem and taking them out because they were weak. They didn't have God's support, and Assyria marched all over them. Verse 5, He shall recount his worthies. They shall stumble in their walk. They shall make haste to the wall thereof, and the defense shall be prepared. So just the challenges that are happening here. But we can also see, again, not just Assyria coming in to destroy Israel, but also Babylon coming in to destroy Nineveh, also with that. So if we look at verse 6, the gates of the river shall be opened, and the palace shall be dissolved. So Nineveh was built on the Tigris River. Maybe this is kind of an interesting idea. The gates of the river shall be opened, the palace shall be dissolved. Maybe there was a bit of a flood that came through. Maybe they broke a dam or something and it flooded the city. That could be something that happened during this battle. Maybe there were some major storms upstream and the river surged at the same time. We don't know, but there could be some interesting reasons why the gates of the rivers would be opened, basically, to let more of that water through. Verse 7, The Huzzab shall be led away captive. She shall be brought up, and her maids shall lead her as with the voice of doves tabering upon their breasts. But of Nineveh is of old like a pool of water, yet they shall flee away. So like a pool whose water is draining away, kind of an idea is what they're talking about here. So Nineveh is going to just drain away. So they say, Stand, stand, shall they cry, but none shall look back. So they're trying to say, stay, fight. And everyone's like, nope, we're out of here. We're fleeing. We're getting out. Verse 9, Take ye the spoil of silver, take the spoil of gold, for there is none end of the store and glory out of all the pleasant furniture. She is empty and void and waste, and the heart melteth, and the knees smiteth together. And much pain is in all loins, and the faces of them all gather blackness. So this is talking, if your knees are smiting together, you're scared. There's a lot of fear and problems that are happening, basically, as Nineveh falls down. Now realize, again, we can see the duality in here of this. Israel knows what this feels like because this is what Assyria did to them. But now they're seeing that this is going to happen. The same thing, it's like karma. It's going to come back and happen to them. They're going to be afraid, just like they made Israel afraid, among other nations. And then Assyria is going to be destroyed and be afraid as well. So verse 11, Where is the dwelling of the lions and the feeding place of the young lions? Where the lion, even the old lion, walked, and the lions whelp, and none made them afraid. Now, this is kind of like saying, basically, where are the ferocious ones? Where are these people that made Israel so scared? Where's this fantastic army that's supposed to be the fear of the world, they vanished. They got destroyed, basically. So there is nothing there for Assyria. Their army is being destroyed by Babylon and Persia, basically. So verse 12, the lion did tear in pieces enough for his whelps, and strangled for his lionesses, and filled his holes with prey, and his dens with raven. So again, the lion is a fight, hunting, feeding his people, taking care of things, defending them, taking care of them, but now it's all turned against him, basically. Verse 13, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts. I will burn her chariots in the smoke, and the sword shall devour thy young lions, and I will cut off thy prey from the earth, and the voice of thy messengers shall no more be heard. Sorry. So again, when this comes to Israel, I'm sure they're excited about it, saying, oh my gosh, this is what's going to happen. Assyria is going to get a taste of their own medicine, basically, as they fall. Nineveh is going to collapse and fall, and it's going to be a crazy time. So let's jump over to chapter 3 as we continue to move forward in the destruction of Nineveh.